Very good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in to KUTV Weekend Live. It is the 15th day of February 2025, and for the latest developments across the country and beyond, this is the place to be. But first, the highlights. Remember that this broadcast is live across all of social media platforms. On YouTube, it's KUTV News Kenya. On X, it's KUTV_Kenya. Lucy Kerry is our sign language interpreter tonight. My name is Ochieng, Cynthia. Let's get started. Now, Raila Odinga has lost in the African Union Commission AUC chairmanship elections held this evening in Addis Ababa. Raila fought a hard battle, losing it in the 7th round against Djibouti's candidate Mohamed Ali Yusuf. Raila won in the first and second round, and then things changed thereafter, with Djibouti's candidate winning the next 5 rounds, prompting Raila to drop from the race. Madagascar's candidate Richard Randiamandratu was also eliminated the 3rd round. Still, moments before Raila's failed attempt to take over the AUC chairmanship position, a wave of optimism and nervous anticipation grappled the country for the better part of Saturday as Raila Odinga faced one of the most significant diplomatic contests of his career in the elections. Some organizations in the country sponsored big screens across major towns, especially in Raila's support bases, to live stream the AUC elections, with other Kenyans taking to social media to express their expectations of the outcome.
As the clock ticked on Saturday, a tense environment that characterizes general elections clouded the country as Kenyans followed closely the live proceedings of the African Union Commission chairperson elections in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. One by one, heads of state made their way to the Nelson Mandela Conference Hall for the 38th Ordinary Summit of Heads of State and Government for statements from various leaders and opening remarks from the outgoing AUC chair Moussa Faki, and thereafter the long-awaited elections.
The first is a word of deep gratitude to your excellencies for the trust that you have placed in me by electing me for 2 successive terms as the chairperson of the African Union Commission.
All this while, Kenyans were following closely on their screens and across social media platforms where the AUC topic was rife. In Nairobi, Kenyans thronged the Aga Khan Walk and the Parliament Cardinal Otunga Road intersection for a public watch party characterized by song, dance, and other forms of entertainment. Similar arrangements were also witnessed in Raila's support bases like Kisumu, where residents gathered around big screens for watch parties as a sign of solidarity to former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Apart from the watch parties, huge delegations including elected leaders and ordinary Kenyans traveled to Addis Ababa. For instance, county assemblies of Kisumu, Siaya, Migori and Homa Bay could not conduct business from Wednesday as most of the MCAs were either en route or had landed in Ethiopia. Back home, leaders from across the political divide joined Kenyans in expressing optimism and support for Odinga.
And we wish Baba all the best. Yes. You know, when it comes to that, yeye ni Mkenya. Si yeye ni Mkenya. Na anabebelisha bendera ya wapi? Si ni ya Kenya.
Theo Masharia for KUTV.
Now, Angolan President João Lourenço, chairperson of the African Union, AU, succeeding Mauritania's Mohamed Sheikh El Ghazouani, who held the position since February last year. Laurencio will serve a one-year term in line with AU regulations, with Burundi, Ghana and Tanzania deputizing as first, second and third vice chairs respectively. Mauritania will serve as a rapporteur for the year. Angola's appointment marks the first time the Southern African nation is leading the continental body.
Unemployment being a key subject that is making headline among graduating students.
And in a bid to create a job and youth fellowship, stakeholders have called on the youths to embrace self-employment jobs. Emily Maina, representing the Ministry of Youth institutions, equipping skills to the youth.
Unemployment being a key subject that is making headline among graduating students has attracted concerns from the government and stakeholders. The introduction of the TVET's institution have been said to be the gateway to solving unemployment. In the graduation ceremony of the International Youth Fellowship, graced by Ministry of Youth Affairs represented by Director of Youth Social Development Emily Maina, the graduates have been called on to use talents and skills acquired in their coursework to open their own opportunities.
The youth population in Kenya is 75% of the population. And that is why we have to be very careful to ensure that these young people are empowered. You remember what was happening sometimes in June. It is a demonstration that these people need to be engaged so that we can have peaceful coexistence with them. And that is why partnership and stakeholders are very, very important. We are pushing a wide spectrum of intervention as a ministry. The ministry is working to ensure that those opportunities are there. In this regard, I'm sincerely grateful to IYF for their invaluable contribution for the youth of this country. You know very well the population of young people is very high. And when you get a partner who is willing to give all their energy and strength and their money to empower the young people of this country, that one is very, very commendable.
On her part, Deputy Governor Kiambu County, Rosemary Njeri, encouraged the youths to focus on self-employment, insisting that entrepreneurial skills and innovations will go a long way to solving the job crisis in Kenya. Parents, on the other hand, have been called on to support their children to tap into their talents so that they can fulfill their goals in life. According to Emily, the government has put in place institutions to help identify the talents in youths.
Of course, there is the Taranta Hera program. This is a ministry program for identifying, nurturing, and monetizing talent across sports and creative. That skill that you have, that innovation that you have, it can be monetized. Inaweza weka pesa mfukoni, and that is why we are calling it Taranta Hera.
The higher rate of unemployment continues to raise reactions from both the public and government leaders. However, the youths are now being given alternative ways to earn a living through learning of short courses being provided in TVETs and such institutions as IYF that will enable them to become resourceful in the society. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
Access to knowledge, solution to unanswered questions.
Guidelines to pursuing your rights and repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more, only on Law Matters.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Ochieng James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
We should just make schools integrated
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
Folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepo pasi vuguvugu, pepo pa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni Duniani Leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Welcome back. Now, Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has issued a directive to boards of 6 regional development authorities to halt all promotions, new recruitment or appointments and project implementations with reasons that they will either be privatized or done away with. These ARDs, which include Coast Development Authority, Ewasonyiro North and South Development Authorities, Kerio Valley Development Authority, Lake Basin Development Authority, and Tana River Development Authority, have hence been ordered to stop their operations. This stems from the President William Ruto-led cabinet in Kakamega that dissolved to merge 42 state corporations into 20 parastatals to reduce redundancy. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has reaffirmed that the Mount Kenya region will carefully evaluate leaders' track record before blending political support in the future. Speaking in Olkolau, Nyandarua County, during the consecration of Bishop George Gathari of Full Gospel Church of Kenya, Gachagua accused President William Ruto of sidelining the region despite their overwhelming support in the last election. He claimed the community had been politically manipulated and vowed to chart a new path for the mountain. Addressing the theme of forgiveness from the day's sermon, Gachagua insisted that while the region may forgive, it will not forget. He condemned the alleged abductions and killings of young people, critical of the Kenya Kwanza administration, saying such acts should never be overlooked.
Umesema mambo ya kondoo, Mungu peke yake ndio anajua kondoo. Sisi hapo watu ya mlima tulijifanya wajuaji, tukajifanya tunajua kondoo. Kumbe alikuwa afisi, amevaa ngozi ya. Sasa wewe umesema mambo ya kondoo, mwenye kujua ni nani? In future tutakuwa careful. Sababu hii kondoo imekuja tukifikiria ni kondoo, tumeweka na zile zetu imekula zote. Imeanza kukula sisi, sasa tuko na wasiwasi. We will try, Presiding Bishop, to forgive. But there is one thing we are having a problem. Maybe hii maombi utatuombea, utatusaidia. There is one thing we are unable to forgive. Lakini vile umesema mtatuombea with all these bishops, maybe mtaguza roho zetu tuweze kusamehea. Kuteka watoto wetu nyara na kuua hawa, hiyo.
Narok residents are said to benefit from a 50 million government project that include the construction of a Huduma Center, the Jitume Hub, and a Center of Excellence in Nairagie and Kare Narok East constituency. The initiatives aim to bring essential services closer to the community, eliminating the need for long trips to Narok town. During the groundbreaking ceremony, Narok East Member of Parliament Ken Aramat emphasized the significance of the projects, as Engineer Francis Mwangi from Konza Technopolis also noted that the Center of Excellence is part of the broader Jitume Digital Enablement Program, which is rolling out computer hubs in all 47 counties. He explained that each hub is designed to accommodate up to 300 youths, equipping them with the technological skills that will drive innovation and economic growth in the region.
Pale nyuma ukiona tunajenga Huduma Center na kitu inaitwa Jitegemee, Jitume. Jitume ni pahali vijana wataweza kaa na wafanye kazi ya kompyuta kujitafutia ndani kwa hiyo hub. So hapa itakuwa complex. Hapa within here karibu tuna spend 50 million, zote ni ya national government. Kujenga huduma, kujenga Jitume na kujenga Jitege. Tunatembeanga kwenda Narok about kilomita 30. Kwenda kutafuta ID, kwenda kutafuta title deed, kwenda kutafuta birth certificate, kwenda kutafuta government documents, lakini within the next 6 months tutakuwa tunatafuta hapa ndani.
Jambo la maana ambalo tunafaa tujue ni Center of Excellence ni kitu ambacho inasaidia vijana wa nchi mzima. Na hapa Narok East tunahakikisha tutakuwa na nafasi ya vijana kuweza kuja kusoma hapa. Center of Excellence inayojengwa iko na uwezo wa kufunza vijana kama 300 kwa kila wakati ambapo hayo masomo yanaendelea. Ni kitu ambacho kitasaidia vijana kuweza kuelewa mambo ya kidijitali, mambo ya kompyuta.
Busia Women Representative Catherine Omanyo has urged the government to address the water shortage in Teso North schools, enabling students to focus on academics. Speaking at Kajei Primary School, she emphasized her efforts for lunch programs in the hardship region and highlighted that water fetching contributes to increased GBV in the area. Omanyo also warned farmers about a resurfacing fake fertilizer syndicate that has emerged ahead of the planting. Teso North Director of Education Elizabeth Maragach suggested recognizing civil servants in the area as working in a hardship zone.
Mimi naomba sana hii maji ya Malakisi hii wa pipe mpaka huko. Maji kuje kwa maboma. It is possible. Tukifunga mifereji hii mahali kuna utovu, mahali kuna corruption. Piping water in Teso North is possible.
Nawaambia shule zetu zote, watoto wetu wote kuanzia shule ya chekechea mpaka grade ya 8 waliweza kunywa uji mwaka uliopita. Sikia wamekuwa wakishinda shule. Si ile uji huwa mnatengeneza. Hii ni uji special.
Now to this point, you're taking a very short break. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be back.
Na uso wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuwini. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari-ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Kimweli.
Baada ya kutafuta kazi, tunaweza kuanzisha miradi yetu ambayo ingetusaidia kubadilisha maisha ya wazazi wetu.
Kwa vijana wenzangu, wengi hawana kazi, lakini ikiwa sisi wenyewe tutajiamini, tunaweza kujiajiri wenyewe.
Afrika kwa kweli tuna mahitaji ambayo ukiyasuluhisha unaweza kuathiri watu kwenye bara hili.
Bila woga, watu huwa na uzalishaji zaidi, wanajawa na ujasiri, wanakuwa wabunifu na wanakuwa wenye maarifa.
Niliamua kuacha kazi. Hata kama sitafanikiwa, nitakuwa nimejaribu, nitakuwa najua haiwezekani.
Hakuna kitu cha ajabu hapa. Kila anayepata ufanisi hufanya kazi usiku na mchana.
Kitu kitakusukuma na kuwezesha kupata maarifa ambayo hukuwa nayo.
Tunajaribu kutengeneza kitu kitakachopita mipaka ya nchi hii.
Ikiwa unataka kubadilisha ulimwengu, anza na nyumbani.
Welcome back. Now, the World Health Organization, WHO, says an estimated 50 million people worldwide suffer from epilepsy, a chronic neurological brain condition that is often complained or accompanied by loss of consciousness and uncontrolled bowel or bladder function. Take a look.
An accountant by profession and employed in the civil service, Hare Singano considers epilepsy like any other disease. Singano, a 55-year-old father of 4 children, was not born epileptic. He was diagnosed with the disease the past 33 years. At the onset, close relations attributed his condition to superstition.
From my own knowledge, from my own belief, it's not because of my workmates. No, nor my relatives, not at all. Epilepsy started in my body because of perpetual drunkenness.
Singano's epilepsy journey and experience with stigma and discrimination has led him to become a champion of change.
I just want to tell them to strictly follow what they are told to do. If they find any problem, they have to be free. There are certain people, because of epilepsy, they say, I don't know epilepsy. I can talk to somebody. I don't know about epilepsy. It's not supposed to be like that.
Epilepsy can develop in childbirth when children have suffered trauma during delivery, says Dorothy Ngoma, a seasoned health professional and safe motherhood advocate.
I have seen this, and over time you follow these babies who were, had delayed deliveries. They tend to get epilepsy. It's although some people may believe to say if you have somebody with epilepsy in the family, maybe it's passed on from family to family, or sometimes they believe to say if they are having convulsions, don't be near them because you'll be affected if they fart or something like that. The air around them is infectious, which is wrong. It's not true.
International Bureau for Epilepsy, an advocacy and lobbying organization that fights for the rights of persons with epilepsy, has made inroads around awareness on epilepsy in 16 countries in Africa, including Malawi.
We decided to come up with several interventions. One, we have awareness programs that we support as an organization. Currently, we are supporting 6 countries within Africa where they have full-fledged programs around epilepsy.
A 2023 World Health Organization Country Disease Outlook report shows that non-communicable diseases, NCDs, are still a major health problem in Malawi. Malawi Ministry of Health says it has taken measures to respond to the high disease burden of the NCDs.
This is a non-communicable disease, and actually it's manageable. When one is taking medication religiously, people wouldn't even know that this one is epileptic. And so we are developing so many messages, including those on epilepsy.
But even if patients like Singano can control their seizures, stigma and discrimination against those who suffer from the disorder can always be contained. Dispelling misconceptions against this group should therefore be prioritized. Chimwemwe Padata, VOA News, Lilongwe, Malawi.
And to some sports news. Arsenal secured a 2-0 victory over Leicester City, with Mikel Merino scoring both goals in the 81st and 87th minute. Manchester City defeated Newcastle United 4-0, with Aston Villa drawing with Ipswich Town. Fulham FC got a 2-1 victory over Nottingham Forest. Southampton FC lost 3-1 to Bournemouth 0-2, and West United lost 1-2 to Bristol FC. Crystal Palace is currently facing Everton FC in a match that began at 8:30 p.m. Now, that's all we had for you tonight. Thank you for trusting us to get you informed. Lucy Kiare was our sign language interpreter. My name is Ochieng Cynthia. Till next time, do have a good night.
Maelfu na maelfu